hear me out on this. You get to feel like shit sometimes. And that's totally okay. In this perfectionism culture that we're in, we shouldn't feel like shit, should we? Especially not over several days, or weeks, or months. Feeling like shit? What's wrong with you? That's the type of paradigm or conditioning that gets communicated indirectly or directly to you. But I'm here to invite you to lean into the feeling of feeling shitty. If you feel shitty, you get to allow yourself and give yourself permission to feel shitty. Because that shit is mud. And guess what? You are a lotus flower, a sunflower, whatever flower you feel compelled to be. Any flower is rooted in what? It's rooted in shit, in soil, right? The lotus flowers, they're really unique, right? They're really cool because they actually grow through the mud. And you too get to grow through the mud, through the shit that you're feeling. Actually, feeling like shit can actually be informative. And so when you allow yourself to feel like shit and maybe not do as much as you'd like to do, or tick off the things off your list that you'd like to tick off, or take care of all the things that you'd like to take care of, even though that you might not be on top of it all right now, when you're feeling like shit, you're actually accelerating. When you are allowing yourself to feel like shit. It might not seem like it, but that's how non-linear reality works. Non-linear reality invites you to see that things are not linearly orchestrated. Neither is your evolution. You can see this in all sorts of things, especially in nature. For instance, with this lotus flower growing through the mud, which a lot of plants probably wouldn't be able to do so. Even though that they're all pretty much rooting up from the soil, growing through mud is something different, isn't it? You can see it with a bamboo tree as well, how non-linearly it grows as far as being beneath or underneath and in the soil for like 4 years before in the 5th year, it just shoots up through the soil and just goes straight up and is fully grown. And so when you're growing through this shit, you are actually getting prepared. You are getting transmuted. Your pain, your suffering, whatever you're going through, the shame, the fear, the this and the that, whatever you might feel is being transmuted. You get to feel like shit. Because more often than not, feeling like shit has a root cause to it. And it might be that you have suppressed and repressed that root cause for so long that now eventually you feel like shit. You get to a point where there's no more energy to repress and suppress that feeling anymore. So it floats up to the surface to be transmuted, to be unraveled, to be felt. And that is where Bloom Beyond Perfectionism comes in, because to bloom beyond perfectionism means that you're able to and willing to be in the shit, to feel the shit, to feel your shadow, to see it for what it is, and to let it inspire you to grow. But that's not to say that you need to grow right now. You are growing by being in the shit. Just like the lotus flower is growing through the shit, you are also growing through the shit right now. You might not be there right now that you're feeling like shit, but still, this message might convey something to you that is going to serve you at some point. Because time is non-linear too, and so the very fact that you're listening to this and hearing this right now might be something that you need to hear, that you get to incorporate into whenever you at some point feel like shit, because it is inevitable that feelings, emotions, and tough shit comes up as you grow through life. It is when you do not allow for this to happen that perfectionism takes over and actually begins to make you think that you shouldn't feel like shit, that you shouldn't be feeling this way, that you should feel something else. This is toxic positivity on steroids, right? It's like, just be freaking, positive. Just be positive. No, you get to feel your feelings. And so I wanted to invite you right now to do a little emotional freedom techniques with me. If you're listening to this podcast, be aware that we also have a visual podcast. So you can go to Bloom Beyond Podcast on YouTube, and there you'll actually find this podcast as a video format. You get to follow along. You can also just follow along through listening. I can make sure or try my best to really just convey where you're going to be tapping on the meridians in your body, which basically are connected to the glands and the chakras, the chakra system. And there are different energy points that you can actually tap on, and you can tap and then release certain emotions. And we're going to release the feeling of feeling shitty or feeling like shit. So I invite you to follow along. We have some meridians on top of the head, okay, on the forehead rather, and then on the side of the eyes, under the eyes, and then under the nose, and under the chin, and then on the collarbones, and also under your, how do you call it? Pretty much like on your boob. Under your arm, basically. Under your arm. And then you can also use your wrists, tap your wrists next or to each other, on top of each other. So we're just going to do this once, and then you can repeat it if you'd like. So you can speak out loud or just listen and tap whilst you're doing this. You might close your eyes or open your eyes, whatever feels good. Even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Tapping on the forehead. Breathe. Now on the side of the eyes. Even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Beautiful. Allow it to sink in as you continue tapping. Now move your fingers under your eyes and tap. Even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Beautiful. Now under the nose, even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Under the chin. Even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Breathe that stuck energy out. And now collarbones, even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Let go. Under your arm. Even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Allow that truth to be activated. And your arms, your wrists. Even though I feel like shit, I deeply love and accept myself. Beautiful. Now allow your arms to open, your palms to be faced up, and allow yourself to be still for 10 seconds with me, for that love and acceptance to settle in as you feel like shit. Feel free to open your eyes if you have them closed. And feel into that love and that acceptance for feeling how you're feeling. For feeling like shit as you're growing through shit. We're going to wrap up by stating the fact that I am a lotus flower. And I choose to grow through this shit. Stay bright, brave, and balanced. And you're more than welcome to apply to join the Bloom Beyond tribe to get even more personalized coaching and also support and being able to bloom beyond perfectionism so that you can allow yourself to feel all sorts of things and allow that to be part of the human experience so that you can feel alive and be you as you are, as you're growing and evolving. Stay bright, brave, and balanced. Again, go to bloombeyond.com/apply. And I will see you maybe on the other side.